Hello, everybody. Today I'm talking about Saturn in Aquarius. It is going to go on 17th of January 2023 and will remain in Aquarius till 29th of March 2025. So it is a long transit. Saturn is well placed in its own sign, powerful, but is he powerful to do good or create difficulty for us? This is the question we have to ask. And also, what are we going to do about it? This particular Saturn in Aquarius is a three-part series. The first part, I'm going to talk about just Saturn in Aquarius. Part 2, I'm going to discuss if you have planets in Aquarius, how it impacts you. And part 3 will be how each sign experiences Saturn in Aquarius. So these are three sections. So today we are talking about the overall aspect of Saturn in Aquarius. Let us explore. Hello, I'm Komilla Sutton and we are talking Saturn in Aquarius. Do remember to subscribe, press the bell notification. So this is part 1 of Saturn in Aquarius. Saturn is going to move into Aquarius on 17th of January. It is a long transit. It stays there till 29th of March 2025. So it is a big change. It's a major influence. And the first and the most important thing about Saturn in Aquarius is that it is in dignity. It is in its own sign. It remains strong throughout. And the best point about this Saturn in Aquarius is that Saturn does not have any conjunction with Rahu, Ketu, Jupiter. There will be a conjunction with Mars. I'll talk about that later. But Saturn is in power. Saturn is the planet of karma. So as a planet of karma, he makes us face up to our karma. It's like paying your bills, that when Saturn is there, he's encouraging you to pay your old debts, your old bills. So therefore, if you do that, then he's going to be happy with you. And so doing some remedy for Saturn is very good. You can do karma yoga, selfless service. You can make donation. You can do chanting for Saturn. You can help elderly and poor, do some food donation. Saturn in Aquarius is there from 17th January to 29th of March. And during this time, there will be 2 retrogrades of Saturn. In 2023 and 2024. 2025, by the time it retrogrades, it is going to be in Pisces, no longer in Aquarius. So the retrogrades always, whenever Saturn retrogrades, those are important times to watch for. I always make a separate video about when Saturn turns retrograde. So this is just to give you an overall picture. And it is important to see the day Saturn turns retrograde, the day he goes direct, because those are 2 transitional energies and Saturn remains stationary at that time. So Saturn's retrograde in 2023 is on 17th of June and it remains retrograde till 4th of November. So the days for us to watch is 17th of June, maybe 16th, 17th, 18th as Saturn is turning retrograde. And then November 3rd, 4th, 5th. Now, November is, when Saturn goes direct, it's also just past the eclipse and Rahu is also changing signs. So that one is an important one to watch for. Will turn retrograde on 29th of June and remains retrograde till 15th November. Again, 29th June, 15th November, 2 days to watch out for. I'll be talking more about that in 2024. Saturn does not make any conjunction with a slower moving planet in 2023. Faster moving planet Saturn will have his conjunctions, and we'll talk about that in our monthly news series. And Saturn will conjoin with Mars. Now, Saturn-Mars conjunction is always complicated, frustrating, and same will be Saturn-Mars in Aquarius, because Mars is an action planet and Saturn is an obstructive planet. So Mars feels very frustrated, and Saturn feels energized by Mars, but forcing it to do something, and therefore that is also difficult energy. I always watch for Mars-Saturn conjunctions, always to take extra care about them, because they are complicated, they are frustrating, and it is important to know those dates. Saturn conjunction is not there in 2023. In 2024, Mars-Saturn conjoin together at 20 degrees of Aquarius. And so that is an important day to watch out for. Of course, right now we don't want to think about 2024, but just to put it in your diary, that is 1 or 2 days before, 1 or 2 days after. You usually see some crisis happening in the world around that time. And I think also to remember is that Mars-Saturn, it's a good idea not to plan travel, not to go into big crowds, to generally be cautious about it. Saturn in Aquarius creates Mahapurusha Yoga for 4 signs, for Taurus, for Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Sasha Mahapurusha Yoga is about power, ability to govern, to be a boss, to be strong. However, 2 of these signs, Saturn in Scorpio and Saturn in Aquarius. Scorpio has Kantaka Shani, 4th house transit from the moon or Lagna. And if you have moon in Aquarius, then you are in Sade Sati. I'll talk more about them later. And this is the anomaly of Saturn in Aquarius. He's very strong, he's powerful, yet he can remind us of our karma. He can bring some unexpected obstacles in our life. He has Stambhana Shakti, the ability to block everything. Suddenly something gets blocked. Not everything, but some aspects of life can get blocked. So therefore, even though he is creating this Mahapurusha Yoga, we do need to be conscious of it. So Taurus, I would say, gets the best of the Mahapurusha Yogas. Saturn is in the 10th house. Saturn is a great planet for Taurus. So career, opportunity, general good luck. Leo, the Mahapurusha Yoga is in the 7th house of relationships. So Saturn can also cause some obstacles in relationships. Also from the 7th house, he's aspecting the Lagna. So we can feel unsettled. For Scorpio, Saturn is transiting the 4th house, and 4th house is home, happiness. And again, the Mahapurusha Yoga can be good for property, good for home issues, but we can feel unsettled, depressed, we can feel very heavy. Usually this transit 4th house from Lagna or moon is called Kantaka Shani. Kantaka Shani is, troublesome Saturn, and Saturn aspects the 10th house. And therefore, this can also bring some change in profession, career, life. And when I talk in detail about your signs, I'll talk also separately. And then finally, Aquarius Lagna or Aquarius moon, they both will feel the pressure of Saturn. If you are Aquarius Lagna, you may be thinking of planning your whole life, changing. Career change is very much possible for Aquarius Lagna. Aquarius moon, you are in deep Sade Sati. So therefore, there is importance to take care, make decisions about it, be doing things, everything slowly. But last time when Saturn was in Capricorn and Capricorn was in intense Sade Sati, most of the Capricornians also found that they got strength from Saturn in Capricorn and they felt the obstacles. So same thing will be with Aquarius moon as well, that they need to be conscious of all these aspects. Now, the two major transits, other than what I've spoken about now, is the Sade Sati. So Saturn changing signs means that Sade Sati is over for Sagittarius moon. So Sade Sati only happens to the moon. So you have Sade Sati when Saturn goes 12th house from your moon, in the house where the moon is, and the second house from the moon. So Sagittarius Saturn in Aquarius means it has moved away. So that is a relief for Sagittarius moon. Pisces moon gains Sade Sati. So, for Pisces moon, this is a very important time because you're starting your Sade Sati. You can be conscious about this Sade Sati, making decisions, what you're doing, anything you're planning just now. You must realize that 2 to 3 years later, maybe 4 years, Saturn is going to be on your moon. So if you're planning things cautiously, carefully, not rushing into things, then that is the best thing. So right now, if you're Pisces moon, you have to think about any important decision, that you don't want to destabilize yourself. You don't want to let go of things unnecessarily. Money, financially, you are keeping yourself secure. So there are a lot of things that you are thinking about as Pisces moon. Aquarius moon, of course, you are in intense Sade Sati now, depending on the degree of the moon. In 2023, Saturn is going up to about 13 degrees of Aquarius. So moon 0 to 13 degrees will have the intense part of Sade Sati. But, you are now facing a lot of pressure, all moons in Aquarius. So you have to treat yourself kindly. You have to take care, take time how you look after yourself and be conscious of it. And then the Pisces moon, which I already spoke about, this is a new Sade Sati for you. So therefore, you are making a decision, new Sade Sati, and all decisions take care. Capricorn moon, actually, you feel a lot better because you are in the last phase of Sade Sati. So the intense part is over. This is, I like to say, damage control. So any things that have happened, you are sorting out things, you're still being careful, but the mind is not so stressed, not so troubled. So you feel easier, plus Moon Lord continues to be strong and powerful. So that is also better. Then if you're Cancer, Lagna or Moon, so ascendant or Moon, then Saturn is going into your 8th sign. 8th sign is Ashtama Shani. I've made a video on Ashtama Shani. Please do watch that. I have a number of videos available. Recently, I did a video on Dushtana houses. Look at that as well. So Ashtama Shani is Saturn in the 8th sign from the ascendant or moon. This is a major transit because it's also a silent transit. We don't feel so much mentally stressed out, but suddenly life can take an unexpected turn. And we need to watch our health. We need to generally watch any choices we make because Saturn is in the 8th sign. And from the 8th sign, Saturn also aspects your 10th house. So it is important to pay attention to this transit and also to do remedies for Saturn. And the biggest remedy for Saturn, all of you who are having Kantaka Shani, Sade Sati, Ashtama Shani, is patience, restraint, taking conscious steps to for decision making, not to rush into any decision. And if you feel stressed out, you do mantra practice, you do spiritual practices, because Saturn is the planet of karma. And he is delivering what karma we need to deal with. So in a way, once you've dealt with it, you feel lighter and better. But that whole process of dealing with it makes us feel more pressurized. So now, this is it for today. I'm going to make the next video on if you have planets in Aquarius, so how that impacts you. All the Navagrahas, if you have in Aquarius, including Saturn return. And then the third video will be how Saturn in Aquarius impacts each one of the signs. So thank you very much. Do remember to subscribe. All the best.